Hello and welcome back to Stardew Valley. How is everyone doing? I just need to do a couple more things to get everything up and running, but we should be pretty much good to go here in just a little bit. I just need to post on Discord, do all of that good stuff, make sure I don't have anything up that I shouldn't have up, and yeah, things are good. Things are definitely good. Let's have a look. New videos. Let's see. Let me just quickly grab a link here. How's everyone doing? Get shareable link. Let me know if the sound is okay. I had some issues just before we started. And this should post in a second automatically, and then I'll let everyone know that we are also live over on YouTube here. Perfect. Once that posts, we'll get started. All right. I honestly do not remember what we were up to. So my main plan is to try and find at least as many of the remaining golden walnuts as I possibly can. I know that's mostly going to include things from the field office. So that's the general plan I'm thinking about. Announcements ping and video notifications. Perfect. I will send that on its way just so that everyone knows what is happening. All right. That should be good. It should be okay. Everything should be working. I believe I've got my sound to a point that I am happy with. I am recording. That is important. We're live on Twitch and on YouTube. If you want to go head over to Twitch, check out the stream over there. You are more than welcome to do so. !Twitch in the chat if you would like to do that. But without further ado, I think we should just get into it. I may reload this day. I just want to figure out what I was up to, basically. It's been a good 2 weeks since I've jumped into this save, so yeah, I have a feeling we're probably going to redo this day. Note to the editor. I'll do an intro just in case that we don't, but yeah, let's jump straight in. Actually, no, I'm not even going to do the intro, just so that no one gets confused. I will 100% reset this day. I just want to walk around a little bit and see what we're actually up to, because I genuinely don't remember, even a little bit. All right, it is Evelyn's birthday. We have to harvest crops in the greenhouse, harvest crops on Island West, but we don't actually have to do that, I don't believe, because we're waiting for the gourmand quest to happen. And we have a daily quest. Lewis wants an aquamarine. We'll probably get that done as well. We also have Magnus here. Interested in developing arcane. Okay. They're going to teach us warp magic. So we need to go and see the wizard today as well. Before we get any of that done, we also have an eel over here ready to be cooked up, as well as all our wine. Good to know. And then I just want to check what is actually ready in the greenhouse. Is this all starfruit that is ready? Yes, it is. Okay, that's going to be particularly profitable, especially considering we have all these kegs ready to go. I think I would like to just quickly warp over to the island and have a look what's going on over there. But I do also just want to check on the raccoon and make sure we don't have to do anything for them either, because I genuinely don't remember. And let's look at the calendar as well. Evelyn's birthday there. Community Day is there. Feast of the Winter Star. And the bookseller is coming to town. Okay. Let's have a look at these raccoons and see what they're... No, now they're just going to start a family. We can buy some of the things, which is just seeds. Not particularly interested in that. Alright, with that all said and done, let's go and warp to the island and check what actually has to happen today. Alright, it is raining. I believe we've already finished that part of the quest. This guy now wants 20 golden walnuts, so if we can get that done, we can unlock the cove, which will allow us to do a whole bunch more. Let me just go and drink a coffee and an eel, since we're resetting anyway. and we can figure it out from there. I just want to double check that this is actually complete over here. And yeah, it 100% is. That's good. We do need to find a banana at some point. I'm not 100% sure if I have a banana tree planted anywhere yet. I might, though. I might. Yeah, okay. And we did plant a whole bunch of stuff here, but it is just the wheat and the garlic that's ready. We're waiting for melons in 6 days, and then we can complete all of the gourmand quests. That's good. We still need a couple of golden walnuts from these rocks down here, so coming here is definitely something that we're gonna do. And we can get a free gem over here if we want to, but that is already complete, so that's just a free gem. That's okay. And apart from that, I think we're doing alright. I just want to check how many golden walnuts we actually have and how many more we would need to get in here. We're currently at 73 out of 100. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Alright, and what does Evelyn like? Just things. Things that we already have. Okay. That's perfect. I think we're ready to start the day. It seems like there's a lot to actually do today, so this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah. Okay. And then we have to find a whole bunch of skeleton stuff. So we need... Let me just actually check on the room and see what we need. Because I know I already have some of them. So let me just mark this off and then we can actually jump into the episode. Alright, in here we have... If I donate to museum, we have 2 legs. Which is fossil stones. We've already got those. So we just need a skull, which is found in golden coconuts. Fishing Island North for the spine. We need ribs by breaking fossil stones. Apparently that's a low chance, but we can do a little bit of that. And then the tail, which is found Panning Island North. And then for the field of a snake, we already have the skull. And then we just need 2 vertebrae, which is digging artifact spots in the island west. Okay, so that's on the actual farm, I am guessing. Alright, we can do that. With all that being said, I am going to restart the day. I just wanted to get a quick lay of the land and figure out what it is we were actually doing today before we jumped straight in. So let's exit back to the title. If you are just joining us, you haven't missed anything apart from a brief little catch-up session. And we can jump straight in. So we'll be doing an intro here. Bear with me while we get that done. And yeah. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley. We are going to start the day just like any other where we choose our benefits. Bombs cannot damage us, and we have a plus 10% critical strike chance. I doubt we'll be doing much combat today, but that is what it is. We also have Magnus here. Good morning, Panda. I bring important news from the Ferngul Republic Ministry of Magic. It would appear a high-ranking council member has expressed interest in developing your arcane potential, which isn't a common occurrence. My colleagues have tasked me with teaching you warp magic. Meet me at my tower at your earliest convenience. We will definitely be doing that. Before we do so, I am a little bit curious why we have a spicy eel in the smoker. I genuinely don't remember why, and if anyone could tell me, that would be very much appreciated. But before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and harvest up all of our starfruit wine, as well as accidentally petting our dog, which is always nice. This should sell for a pretty penny. Now, the question is, do we want to save it? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we actually did unlock the cellar. And I don't remember exactly how much room we had left down here. So let me quickly have a look. Looks like this is mostly full. We can potentially put like 2 of these in and then go ahead and craft up a whole bunch more casks to get that all aged. So I might just leave those in my inventory for the moment, in hopes that I remember to actually get that done. But, of course, our day starts as any other day normally would. We need to get all of our chores done, so we'll come back once that has happened. Alright, and with most of those chores out of the way, the only thing left to do on our farm this morning is to go ahead and harvest our quite large starfruit crop. And I also want to double check whether or not we have enough starfruit to replant this entire crop as well, because growing as much starfruit as we possibly can is definitely in our best interests, right? Starfruit is money. We like money, so let's get as many planted as we possibly can. I am not 100% sure, but we may have used all of our starfruit seeds over on Ginger Island, so we might not have any left. But I will have a quick look and double check. I'm also going to drink myself a triple shot espresso just so that I can move that a little bit quicker. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and throw in all of my regular quality starfruit into our kegs just to make sure that we can make as much money as humanly possible with all of these. Perfect. The rest, especially the silver and gold star quality ones, can go in there for the moment. And then the rest I'm going to put away in whatever chest I leave all my starfruit in, which happens to be this one. From there, we can go ahead and process some of our roe, assuming that we have any preserving jars left to use. And it looks like we do. We just need one more, and I think that one on the end is currently empty. And from there, we can sell all of our animal-related products. I'm going to sell one of those void mayonnaises. We are keeping the other one on us for a reason. We'll get into that a little bit later on, but that is okay. We'll sell all of our mayonnaise, and that should be good to go. All right, from here, we do have a couple of things that we want to put away. Press Q, sorry, and that should automatically do that. And then I needed to have a look and see whether or not we can make any more casks. We can currently make an additional 42. We have 54 starfruit wine, so that is not ideal. I think for now, I'm going to make all of them, and we'll just sell the remainder. I think that is a perfectly reasonable way to go. So I'm going to lay these out, and we will come back from there. And with all of those laid out, we can go ahead and fill these with our starfruit wine. And we have a little bit more room left over for more casks. I will go upstairs and check whether or not that is requiring additional hardwood, because we might actually have some of that. Or if that's going to require additional regular wood, which we currently don't have. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit of both. We can make an additional 38 with the hardwood we have, but we do need to do some wood chopping somewhere in our near future. For right now, though, I think I will just go ahead and sell that starfruit wine and call it a day there. All right. Moving on to the rest of our list, we do have Harvest Crops Island West 2 remaining. We are leaving those. Those are the crops that we are growing for the Gourmand quest. But we also have Evelyn's birthday. She likes prismatic shards, beets, diamonds, fairy rose, golden pumpkin, pearl, rabbit's foot, and thistle. We may have some pretty decent quality thistle laying around, if I remember correctly. The question is, which chest did it end up in? We also have Fairy Rose, but it's not of good quality, so I don't particularly want to use that. It doesn't look like it's in that chest. Summer Spangle is in there, and I swear we have some Thistle. Let me just quickly double check. We own 2 of those. They're a pink flower with green leaves. Did I see those? Pink flower with green leaves. I know that I have some. It's just, where are they? It's where are they, and are they iridium quality? They should be, in theory. There they are. They are not. Thistles, it's not going to tell me when they grow. That's unfortunate. We may be able to go to the summit and get some more of those. But for right now, because I'm not 100% sure, I think I will just go ahead and give her something like a golden pumpkin or a rabbit's foot. And I think the rabbit's foot is the way to go. So we'll put that in our pack and call it a day there. Lewis is also looking for an aquamarine. We can absolutely go ahead and get that out. And let's go ahead and get both of those delivered. K-Town Chef, good evening. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Oh, my voice is already tired. 2 weeks off. And this is what I get. Alright, where is Lewis? Lewis is... Of course he's down... Nope, is he not down there? Where is Lewis? Lewis! Lewis is at the museum, that's fine. And Evelyn should be over here somewhere. Up in her garden. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and give Evelyn our rabbit's foot. And that should increase our friendship up with her in just that little bit more. And then we'll head down to the museum and give Lewis his aquamarine. Did you miss me? It's been a minute. And there is Lewis. Let's go ahead and give you your aquamarine. I'm sure you'll appreciate it. Saying the same thing over and over again. Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't accept the quest before I gave that to Lewis. So, let's head back to the farm, grab another one, because I believe we had like 26 of them, and then head straight back to the museum to drop the actually required aquamarine off to Lewis. Hopefully, that's not a hated gift for Lewis. I'm sure it's not. Gems are generally pretty well liked. But yeah, that is just a little bit of an unfortunate mistake on my part. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've played. Alright, and back at the museum, we should be actually able to deliver this and get the quest complete. Perfect. That is delivery for Lewis finished. We still have a couple of quests here. The dwarf wants 36 diamonds. I don't really care about getting that done in any particular time frame. Clint wants an iron bar, which I should have looked at beforehand, and this can't be completed until year 2, so we're not particularly worried about that. This also doesn't have a time limit, so you know we can do that whenever we feel like it is a good idea to do so. For right now, I want to go back to the farm and check whether or not we have any additional starfruit seeds, just so that I can get that greenhouse replanted. Alright, I am not seeing any starfruit seeds in here, but that does not necessarily mean that we don't have any. The other place that they could be is in Grandpa's shed up the top there. I believe we may have had some laying around. Let's head up here and have a look. These are going to be ready in 6 days. We have a little bit more ancient fruit ready to go. And yes, we do have 144 ancient fruit seeds. I'm not 100% sure if that is enough to get the greenhouse fully planted, but I am going to give it a go. That'll be, what's that? 8 times 24. Just bring up my calculator real quick. Where did it go? 24 times 8 is 192. So yeah, that is not enough. Let me, instead of doing all of that then, switch tabs here and just quickly warp to the desert and grab some more. I think I'll just buy as many as I possibly can. I don't see how that would hurt right now. I'm not really in the market to be buying anything sizable in the near future, so I think this will be absolutely okay. Unfortunately, Sandy is not here, so that's going to have to wait until tomorrow. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and warp over to Ginger Island and do a little bit more walnut hunting. We need to find a couple, and the main ones that we're looking for is from the fossil guy, as well as there are a couple down the bottom here that we still need to get, namely from the shell rocks. Ooh, secret note is always nice as well. There are a couple that we still need from that. But yeah, we are still missing a couple from here, so that is one there. If we can find another one here, that would be fantastic. That will allow us to access the cove, which in turn will give us access to a whole bunch more. But there we go. There is another one there. Perfect. There are also some remains that we need from artifact spots over on this side of the island. So I'm currently looking for any artifact spots that we can hoe up and get those in our inventory. And nothing there. But we do get a free ruby, which is always nice to see. And I don't know if I'm going to find any artifact spots up here, but I will quickly have a look. Not particularly worried about killing those slimes. That is just what it is. And from here, I think the best way to go is to just walk back down to the docks and spend those 20 walnuts on this parrot here, which will unlock the resort. And I believe will also unlock Pirate's Cove down here. And it does. Beautiful. It also removed one of the artifact spots, so I should probably have hoed that up first, but you know, it is what it is. We also found a Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Thick, which is always nice to see. But with this up and running, we can now head over to the right here and check out the cove. This is going to give us a few more. I believe we can get one from fishing right here. There is a golden walnut. There is a music box thing here that we have to do at some point. I don't have any music boxes on me at the moment, so we're not going to be able to do that. But that is okay. There are still plenty more to find. There's one in between these stars. And I think that's it. Yeah, we need to be able to do this music box thing in order to get into Pirate's Cove. So, unless there's one there, which there is not, I think that might actually be it for over here for right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere else that we could get them. Okay, so we're going to need some musical notes. How do we go ahead and make those? We'll have to walk back to our farm, which is kind of frustrating, but that is what it is. If we have a look in here, we should be able to make them. I believe we've found... Have we not found the recipe for those? Well, that's surprising. That is very surprising and kind of unfortunate. Okay, well maybe we'll come back and do that another day. There are a couple others that we can still find, namely by fishing up in Island North, which is up by the fossil area, breaking some of the rocks in Island North, and also by panning in Island North. I should probably also read this note. Anything of note? No, that one's just basic information about the island, so we're not particularly concerned about that. Alright, let's go ahead and break all of these rocks and things and go from there. And I actually happen to have a couple of bombs on me, which will make this go just that little bit quicker. And all the while we're doing this, we are looking out for panning spots. And in that vein, I will go ahead and actually grab my pan out so that when I do see them, I can get to them nice and quickly. And did we find anything? We found a fossilized leg. I believe we already had those. So that is not particularly useful for us right now. But that's okay, because there is other things that we can do here while we wait for the pan. And that is to do a little spot of fishing. And I believe I should be able to fish in here somewhere. And we are looking for fossilized things while we're fishing here. And honestly, we're getting pretty unlucky. This is a 7% chance, according to my mod. And we haven't hit anything yet. So that is what it is. All the while here, too, I have not seen a single panning spot unless I've just missed it, which is, not particularly ideal. But what is particularly ideal is we just found our fossilized spine, which is exactly what we were looking for. Now we really just are looking for panning spots, and there is one there. If I can get to it, thankfully I can. And we got iron ore, which is not what we needed. Mermaid music box is only during rain, while Pirates Cove is sunny. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, thank you. I thought the mermaid music box unlocked the cove. It's been a minute since I've been here, but I appreciate that information. That is very helpful. Any more spots going to show up? It doesn't look like it. I think I'm just going to head into the museum guy, donate what I just found, and go from there. Do we actually need 2 of those? We might have. No, it's just the one. It's the ribcage for that big guy. We haven't unlocked anything just yet, but that is okay. From here, I'm going to warp home and head to bed. Clear as much of our inventory out just with a quick press of Q, and then we can head to bed for the evening. Yes, I would 100% like to go to sleep. We did sell a little bit of stuff yesterday, which was mostly just all of our silver and gold quality starfruit, as well as some starfruit wine, which netted us a decent amount of money. Not gonna lie, $160,000 is nothing to sneeze at. I will 100% take that every single day of the week. Fantastic. Alright, so Pirates Cove is only sunny evening after 8 PM on even days. So it is not an even day, so that is not going to be open today. But we may go back over there. I'm not 100% sure if it is raining or not. But we still need a couple of things. So we probably will head back over there and continue looking for things. We also get the Blessing of Speed, which is one of my favorites. Let's head outside. And we have Lewis. Hello Panda, I wanted to stop by and tell you Community Day will be tomorrow. The whole town is showing up at the community center at around 1 PM. It'd be a delight if you attended. I will be there, Lewis. You know, I did single-handedly reopen it, so I probably should make an appearance. With that being said though, let's go ahead and get the eggplant parmesan recipe off of Lewis. That is very nice to see. And Robin wants us to get us 10 pieces of hardwood. We can absolutely do that. And it looks like we have a couple of our aged rows ready for collection and selling. And we obviously need to rearrange our inventory just a little bit as well. So any fish that I've found can go in here. I think that's absolutely reasonable. We have a whole bunch of fish. And this is mostly just for fishing recipes, like recipes that require fish, not specific to the kind of fish that they are. We also have some things like the mutant carp in here that we eventually need to make, like, give a home to, but that'll be okay. In terms of this, do we need any of these things at the museum? We can process that geode, turn that in. Rusty Spur has already been done, and we are carrying around the Lucky Purple Shorts. Is that because we have Lewis for the Feast of the Winter Star? I believe that might be the case, which is going to be very fun. I'm excited to give that to him. All right, we need to buy starfruit seeds today. I will go ahead and put the pan back on my head just to carry it around for the moment while we get all of our morning chores complete. And a new baby duckling has hatched and needs a name. So let me just check if this is lined up correctly. It should be. Perfect. There are only 2 names left on the list. So once this runs out, I'll throw everyone's names back in and they will be that name the second. Unless you guys want to join as a Golden Panda member or above. But for right now, let's spin the wheel. This is between Ruben Moretta and Ilarius Echo. This one is going to be Ruben Moretta. Congratulations and welcome. You don't get a space in your name? Welcome to the farm. And thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and hide that. Basically gives Ilarius the last name. It will happen eventually. I actually don't even know what just hatched, but you know, that's fine. It looks like we're also out of hay, which is definitely something that we need to address sooner rather than later because our chickens need to eat. So that is something that I will do today. Make sure we, you know, stock up on that. All right, let's go ahead and get the rest of our morning chores complete. We'll go ahead and get some more hay and go from there. And I mean, realistically, we have plenty of hay laying around. I'm just going to basically clear out a bunch of this until, you know, I stop getting the notification above my head that we're gathering anymore as we do it. So I will try and leave spots where it can all spread. On spring 1st, it should spread like crazy, so I'm not particularly concerned about chopping a good majority of this down. I will try and leave as much blue as I can, just because I think it looks better. But I'm going to leave little patches of the other as well, just so that this can fill in nicely when spring does eventually roll around, and so that we have definitely enough to get everything done. Alright, greenhouse is fine, traveling merchant needs to be visited, and we need to watch the Queen of Sauce for pumpkin pie. I should have done that this morning and I forgot, but I will head back inside just so I don't give you guys a heart attack, like I almost did that other time. And we'll get that done. Harvest crops in the greenhouse can wait because I do want to head to the desert and grab myself some more starfruit seeds. So I'm not particularly concerned about getting that done as soon as possible. But let's go ahead and quickly watch the Queen of Sauce and learn to make pumpkin pie before we do absolutely anything else. And then from there, I think I would like to go down and check on the traveling merchant just as soon as I sell anything that I can. Perfect. Put those away. And our angler roe can go ahead and start being processed as well. And I don't believe the raccoons have a new quest just yet. They're now trying to start a family. That should happen relatively soon, and then we should get a new quest line from them. In terms of the traveling merchant, are they selling anything we care about even a little bit? I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure we have all of the rare crows at this point. I'm not concerned about that. Perfect. All right. Next thing is next. Let's go ahead and warp to the desert and grab ourselves some more starfruit seeds. Hello, I would like to buy as many as you will sell me. Well, I mean, maybe like 500. Get me out of trouble. 600. 700. 825. Perfect. We now have 969 starfruit seeds. I think that is going to be more than enough. Let's walk back to the farm and get those all planted up. And while I'm here, I just want to check. I don't believe I have a banana tree in here. And I'm actually not 100% sure where I even get a banana tree sapling from. But we definitely need a banana at some point in order to get all of the golden walnuts. So keep an eye out for those. I might have one planted on Ginger Island, but I genuinely can't remember. And as per usual, I'm going to sell my higher quality coffee beans. And I believe that I have this smoked lava reel just to sell, but I'm not sure. If that was meant for something else, we can always catch another one. It's not the biggest of deals in the whole world. I'm also going to take some rubies with me because I would like to upgrade my sword. It currently already has 2 out of 3. Okay, never mind. I just need the one. 1 ruby will be more than enough. The rest can stay in there and we can buy spicy eel with those later on down the track. That'll be absolutely okay. All right, for now, I think I would actually like to take some of my golden coconuts to Clint to break them open. I'll take some omni geodes, regular geodes, and I believe that might be all I have for right now that I can actually use. But I think breaking open these golden coconuts is going to be beneficial because it does give us the opportunity to complete another one of those fossil quests. Island trader for dragon teeth? Ah, that's annoying. That's annoying. Alright, head into Clint, and I would like you to process my geodes, kind sir. There is the fossilized skull that we were looking for. And there is the banana sapling that we were looking for. That worked out absolutely perfectly. I'm going to open the rest of these and get that done. And then I think I would like to quickly look up what it actually takes to craft the music box, or if there is another method, because I believe we might actually get one from Gunther here. If we donate to museum, there are a couple of things that we're going to be able to donate, which is always nice. Slowly but surely filling out this collection. And then if we come into collect rewards, we can get a flute block from you. I don't believe that teaches me the recipe, but I will just quickly check. There it is. There it is. I can absolutely make it. Okay, so let's head back home, make a couple of flute blocks, put everything away that I don't need, and then I think we will head to Ginger Island for the evening. We'll also go ahead and plant up that banana sapling. I believe bears fruit in summer or all year round when winter in Ginger Island. I believe we can put this in our greenhouse and that won't be a problem whatsoever. So let me just quickly check that that is actually the case. We do have a slot for it, so I'm assuming that we can absolutely go ahead and plant it there. And yeah, 28 days to mature. That is our banana tree. That is, I believe, all of the trees in Stardew Valley Expanded up and ready to go, which is nice to see. Alright, let's hit Q, get rid of all of the things that we don't need, and then sell the rest. So we have some sandstone we don't need, hematite, esperite, basalt, 1 void mayonnaise, pixite, limestone, ruby we are keeping, Nicoite, dwarvish helm, and the fossilized skull we are absolutely keeping as well. Our mahogany seed can go away in our seeds chest. Oh, we also have a little bit of a fluoropatite, which can be sold as well. Alright, from there, I don't remember how many flint blocks it was, but I believe... Okay, and we actually can't even make them because we need more wood. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, let me go ahead and put starfruit seeds away as well, and then I guess we are just going to go ahead and harvest a whole bunch of wood today. Hopefully there is enough left down here that we can harvest. I have a feeling there will be, so let's just get to chopping, shall we? Looks like I've already done a decent amount of deforestation in this area. Okay, I've done more deforestation than I thought I had, but that's alright. We always have Forest West that we can rely upon. It should always have trees because there are just so many of them. And I'm not looking to get a whole absolute crap load of wood, just enough to get me through for a little bit longer. And honestly, that'll probably be enough. 252 should suffice for the time being. Let's walk back to the farm and build those flip blocks. Alright, we can now make 12 of them. I believe we only need like 6. So if we make an additional 5, that should be more than enough. They're going to live there. Just so that I don't forget to put them, put them over there when they are ready. And then I think we are warping back to the island, but I just want to quickly have a look and see if we can make any more island warp totems. We can. We can make 3 more. They will require dragon's teeth, which is a little bit rough, but hey, it's better than going over to Willie's and paying for it. So I am absolutely okay with that trade. Alright. And we are back. It is only 4:30. It is also an even day, so in theory, Pirates Cove should not be open, but I just want to quickly run over here and check that that is indeed not the case. Looks like we have a little wormy here with some carrot seeds, but nothing else of particularly a note. So that's fine. That is fine because that is not the main reason we came. The main reason we came is to continue hunting for that panning fossil that we were looking for before, as well as to turn in our fossilized skull. And there is our fossilized skull donated. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and see if we can't find this panning one anytime soon. And this is going to be a little bit of waiting around. Any day now. Oh, I see one. I heard the noise and I just couldn't see it for the life of me. That is 5 copper ore. That is not what we're after. There's the noise again. Go ahead and pan that. And Omni Geode and gold ore. Again, not what we're after. For those of you hanging out, oh, hold on, hold that thought. We've got another one here. Pan that up, and nope, just copper ore. For those of you hanging out on YouTube, I appreciate you guys, but if you really want to help out the channel, go ahead and check us out over on Twitch. The way Twitch works is the more people watching, the more chance there is of us being discovered. So if you want to head over there and support the channel in that way, you can always have both open. Go ahead and type in !Discord in the YouTube chat. And you will be sent a link that you can go ahead and watch over on Twitch. Or, of course, you can just search ChubbyPanda on Twitch and you should find me that way as well. Copper ore and coal. It's got to be soon. It's got to be soon. We are looking for the tail, for those of you who are curious. And are we going to get one more panning spot before the day is over? It doesn't look like it, but we can always warp home. So I'm happy to stay here until about 1:30 at the very latest. And there you go. There's one more spot. Come on, tail. No, just some copper ore. Okay, on that note, we are going to warp home for the evening and call it a day there. That is unfortunate, but I mean, surely one more day of panning, we should be able to eventually find the tail that we are looking for. We just quickly check that I didn't accidentally find it and not realize. It doesn't look like that is the case, so that is good at the very least. I'm going to throw my carrot seeds away in there. The omnigeodes can live in there, and then we're going to head to bed. I understand that some of our preserve jars are finished, but I don't want to pass out. So we are heading to bed for the evening. That is day 21 of winter complete. An additional 28,000 gold in the pocket, and another somewhat successful day. We are coming into day 22 of winter, and let's see what it has in store for us. As per usual, we'll do the exact same thing we do every single morning. We get +1 luck, which is always nice. We have some crops available to harvest in Grandpa's shed greenhouse. We also have the special orders board in town to check, and it is also community day. Caroline has sent us a vegetable from the little garden she keeps out back. Appreciate the potato. That is immediately going to just get sold. Thanks for that. Free money. And yeah, we have a whole bunch of preserves jars ready to harvest. So that's going to be a nice little boost in cash for us as well. Let's get those all sold. 5 aged angler roe goes for 6,720. And radioactive bass goes for 784. Not too shabby at all. Alright, with that all being said and done, let's go ahead and get our daily chores finished. And then we'll probably head into town and check the daily bulletin board. They're all mad at me because I didn't feed them yesterday. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They also didn't produce anything at all. But, you know, it is what it is. And we have another couple of ancient fruit ready to harvest. Both of those will get thrown immediately into our seed makers so that we can make as many as possible. Starfruit in here is going to be harvested in about 4 days. And honestly, at that point, I think I may just leave this all for ancient fruit and start filling up my other areas with the starfruit until we have ancient fruit pretty much everywhere. Alright, with that said and done, I think we'll go ahead and start processing our roe that we collected and then head into town to check the bulletin board. And you know what? We should probably get a little bit more hay as well. Just to make sure that we definitely don't run out. Alright, what do we have in store today? We have Robin's Resource Rush, putting on a little promotion just for fun. If anyone can collect 1,000 pieces of wood in a week, they'll earn a reward, and you can keep the wood. That's actually not a bad idea. But we also have Community Cleanup, and that's a lot of trash in the water. Why don't we fish some out to make the valley more beautiful? Now, I do want to quickly just check this because I believe community cleanup gives us something that we desperately wanted, but we might have already sort of gotten past it, so I'm not 100% sure. Let me just quickly check what the reward is for each of these, and then we can go from there. So yeah, community cleanup gives us fiber seeds. So I think we already had all the fiber we needed, but fiber seeds would be nice to have just in case we need fiber for, you know, something. Robin's Resource Rush gives us the stone chest, which would be nice, but I did already just go ahead and upgrade all of my chests with the large chests anyway, so I think I will go for community cleanup. Thank you, Linus. I will take that, and we will get the fiber seed recipe from that. The question is, how do we want to go about that? There are a couple of ways we can do it. I believe collecting crab pots will count if they give us trash. So in theory, that should have given us 1. Yeah, and we only need to gather 20. So that's a possible way we could go about this. We could refill our crab pots every day with bait and get it done that way. There is also the possibility of just fishing on the farm. That generally gives you quite a lot of trash. We could also fish in like level 20 of the caves. Gives you a decent amount as well. But here is a little bit more. So let's go ahead and get all of these done. And that is already 4 pieces of trash done and dusted. So that's nice to see. All right, Community Day has started. So let's go ahead and attend, shall we? I thought Lewis's letter said it started at 1, but hey, I might have been wrong. I also want to talk to Sophia as much as possible because we are planning on marrying her, and if we can give her things that she loves, that will happen a little bit quicker. So there you go, Sophia, have a prismatic shard. I hope you like it. We are currently up to 3 hearts. We need to boost that up just a little bit, but her birthday is coming up as well, so, you know, we'll have plenty of time to do just that. Alright, so it looks like people are still filtering in. That's probably a good thing. I'm going to talk to everyone that I can. Do you just say the same thing over again? Yeah. And then we can just talk to people as they come in the door. That seems like the best bet. I'm not going to worry about, you know, actually reading any of these, but we can get our friendship up with people nice and quickly this way. Just try and make sure we don't miss anyone. And that's a lot of people coming in. Alright, I think I got everyone. I maybe didn't get Andy. I think I got like 90% of the people that have come in this door. I think. I mean, we can check on the social tab. Is there anyone we haven't talked to? We haven't spoken to Robin yet. We haven't spoken to Gus or Krobus, Gunther, the Dwarf, Magnus, Clint. Yeah, I mean, we got most of them. Community Day has officially started at this point. I don't actually think there's anything to do on Community Day, so we may be leaving here in a second. And I think we are leaving right now. I don't have time for it. I went, okay? I went. On that note, let's go ahead and walk to the island and see if we can find the fossil that we're looking for. And if not, I would like to go down to Pirates Cove at 8 PM and try and get in there and see what that is all about. We could also do a spot of fishing here while we're waiting for panning stuff to happen. Just so that, you know, we can get a little bit more trash. I don't know if it counts. I imagine it does. I don't see why it wouldn't. But yeah, that is something that I may be interested in doing. There is a golden animal cracker, which is always nice to see. And let's have a look. I believe we're at 4 just a second ago. That brings us up to 5. So yes, it does count if we catch trash on the island. And I believe I just heard... Yes, I did. I did hear it. A panning spot that we can actually reach from here, which is always nice to see. All right. Let's fish from here just so that we have a better view of everything. And yeah, we have a 55% chance to catch trash here, so that's pretty decent. Another panning spot right in front of us. Always nice to see, and unfortunately we don't get lucky. An additional fossilized spine, which is now no longer of any use to us whatsoever. And there is another panning spot just a little bit north of us. Go check that out once we catch this fish. And more iron ore. Unfortunate. We'll find it eventually, I promise. I have to imagine that a more upgraded pan would also help in this situation, but I don't want to waste the time upgrading my pan. I mean, I'll have upgraded eventually, but this is like the only time in the game that I ever pan, so, you know. It feels a little bit redundant. Oh, there's a panning spot down the bottom. I need to get that. And there is the fossilized tail. I told you guys we'd get it eventually. And how do we do on community cleanup? That is 9 out of 20 pieces of trash found already. That is not too bad. The Pirate Cove should be about to open as well, which is always nice to see. Let's go ahead and donate that tail to the museum. Before I forget, it looks like we are missing just one more thing. And that is not the ribs, but the spine. Actually, do we have the spine? The spine, yeah, we have the spine, we have the skull. We are looking for the ribs, which is found by breaking fossil stones. Low chance. So we need to continue to break those for a little bit longer. And then for the snake, we are looking for artifact spots on Island West in order to get that. But yeah, we are done with panning for the time being, which is absolutely fantastic. I am very happy to be done with that. Alright, I'm going to eat a spicy eel, drink a triple shot just so that we can move a little bit quicker. I want to head back over to the farm on the left-hand side of the island. Just so that I can look for a couple of artifact spots before I head over to the Pirate's Cove. We have 4 more days on the melons. That'll be very, very nice. Once they are done, we can get a whole bunch of golden walnuts from our friend in the cave. We also potentially are still looking for a couple from these shells, but I'm not actually 100% sure because we did get 2 at the very start of the episode. No luck there, so that is unfortunate. Let's head up here, see if we can't find any more artifact spots. I don't see any right off the top of my head, but you never know. Sometimes they like to hide. We'll run through all of the slimes up to the top here, and then we'll walk back to the docks in order to go down to Pirate Cove. So, docks, take me away, and we will head directly directly right, sorry. I know my lefts from my rights. And we can't get into Pirate Cove. Yes. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the entrance. Okay. Now, there are a couple of golden walnuts we can find in here. The question is, can I remember where they all are? I know that one of them is from the darts guy, and this is him. So we have to play the darts guy quite a few times. If we have a look at the Stardew app here, it's going to be off screen for you guys, but that's okay. I'll let you know what I see. If we have a look, we have winning darts minigame 3 times. So we need to win this 3 times, and it's honestly not too bad. You want to go for triple 20 as much as you possibly can, and it's a press and hold apparently, and this is shaking all over the place now. But yeah, you want to get triple 20, that's the highest score you can get, and then finish it off with whatever you can. So we might miss a couple times, but that's okay. It's really not typically that hard to win this game. There you go. There's 3 triple 20s in a row. 120 points to go. There is another triple 20. Now, we don't want to go for triple 20 again because we want to finish on a double or a triple, I think. That's how real darts works. So, what I want to do instead is go for a 1. That'll bring us down to 60, and now we can go for a triple 20 to finish the game. And there we go. Perfect game. We win. And that will get us an additional golden walnut. Perfect. Alright, let's do it again. We only have 15 darts this time, and I'm not going to aim nearly as much as I did last time. I might ruin it a little bit, but hey, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll just smash through this as fast as possible. You don't need to get a perfect game every time, but it does feel nice to do. Alright, now we are below 60, so we're going to go for that 1. Just get rid of that extra 1 on the top. And then we'll go for a double 20 to finish it off. Just like so. 1 in 7 throws. That was one more than we technically could have done it in. And that is an additional golden walnut. Perfect. All right, now we only have 10 darts, so we need to be a little bit more careful, but again, really not that careful. 10 darts is plenty. That's gonna miss. Yep. That's too low. Oh no, we still got it. All right. Let's go one. Oh, nope, that's gonna miss. All right, now we have 80, so we still can't do it. So we'll go for... I really don't care if that hits the 20 or the 3x. It really is what it is. We'll go for a 1, and then we'll try and finish it off with a triple 20. And that might be too high. Yep, too high. So we have 40 to go, so now we need to go for the double 20. That might be too low. Nope, there it is. Perfect. We won in 9 throws. Our worst game yet, but hey, we still won. And I don't believe we can get any more from this guy anymore. Yeah, for old time's sake, I don't care. All right. Apart from that, we have Island Cove Star Pool, which I believe is the one out the front. So we've done that one. Actually, let me just upload my save again so that I can get this be as accurate as possible. Where is the latest save? That'll be the 8th, 11th. Drag that in. And yeah, that is fine. So we have Island Cove Mermaid Puzzle. We haven't done that yet. Island Cove Cave Buried. I believe that is maybe the one that we got. Actually, where is that? Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. It's over here, I believe. There is a golden walnut. We have Island Jungle Banana Shrine. We can't do that here. Gourmand. We have winning darts minigame times 3. We just did that. Harvesting crops on Island Farm. Breaking shellstones. And I actually think that might be it. Yeah, I think that's it for in here. I thought there was one more, but apparently not. All right. The one thing that we can do over here, though, is we can catch stingray, which we don't have yet. So let's do a spot of fishing in here. I'm going to curve my rod to the right just so that it's more in the middle, more visually appealing to me. And we'll try and catch one of them. Now, I am about to run out of bobbers, which is a little bit annoying, but I do have one left that I can try and get this done with. This is, however, unfortunately just a super cucumber. So, you know, we may have to come back for this another time. But there is a super cucumber. We don't have any additional bait on us, which is kind of frustrating, to be completely honest with you, but we can give it a go. Let's start that cast and see if we can't catch something here. Stingray from memory is a relatively difficult fish to catch. Alright, either my memory was bad or I just got lucky, but that is officially our very first stingray. I will replace the gold ore with them because we actually do need to keep all of the trash that we have on us at the moment. And that is the Pirate's Cove. Done and done. Perfect. Alright, now we just need to wait for a rainy day on Ginger Island and we can do the mermaid puzzle. And yeah, go from there. Cassie, thank you. It was a fantastic day. We really enjoyed ourselves. We're very, very happy. Very, very happy. Couldn't be happier. Alright, on that note, I think we will warp home because it is getting late and there isn't actually all that much left on Ginger Island that I want to do today. So let's head back. That gives us time to quickly clean up our inventory a little bit. I am going to go ahead and throw all of my trash in this chest here for the moment. Just while we collect it all and then we can donate it all at once. I believe Joja Cola is considered trash. Yes, it is. Fantastic. And is there anything else we need? I don't believe so. So let's hit Q, get everything else to go away, and sell the cockle, sell the lobster, sell the shrimp. I am going to keep the stingray just in case that I need it for anything in particular. I can keep the super cucumber as well. It's always generally a good idea. We have a golden animal cracker that we can apply to one of our animals in the future, and then the skeleton hand and the fossilized spine are just going to get sold. I can go there, grab all of these, and sell them as well. It really was. We couldn't be happier with how it turned out. The only problem is we didn't actually get a picture in my wife's wedding dress, so that's awkward. Apart from at the end of the aisle, but you know, it is what it is. All right, now, quick disclaimer. I am about to do an outro. This is not the end of the video. Well, this is the end of the video. It's not the end of the live stream, right? So we'll do an outro. That's for my editor so that he can edit the video. And then we will continue on with an additional 3 days of Stardew Valley. So don't concern yourselves. Don't leave. This is not the end of the video. But on that note, we are going to call the episode there. That is day 22 of winter complete. We got a decent amount done. We got a decent amount of golden walnuts found. There are still a few to find, but they will come with time. That is 22,600 gold on the day. If you guys are enjoying the series, did enjoy the video, go ahead and make sure to leave a like and a comment on the video for the sake of engagement. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Consider becoming a member of the channel if you would like early access to all of the videos. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye, guys. See, and now we continue the live stream, and you guys don't leave. I will do an intro on the next day, but before we do that, I'm going to take a quick 5 to 7 minute break just to rest my voice and reset a little bit, and I will be back in a little bit. Alrighty, I am back. So, how this is going to work is I am going to do a new intro for the episodes that come out on YouTube, and from there, we'll just continue playing. What we're going to do? I don't know. Probably more Golden Walnut hunting. In theory, if my math is mathing, our melons should be ready by the end of this episode. Also, there may be someone at my door. Give me 2 seconds. No, it was next door is getting a package, and my dogs decided that that was an issue, so... At least it happened between episodes. Hopefully they're okay now. Alright, let's jump straight back in. Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley. I'm going to take my bonuses as we do every day. Probably won't use them, but hey, it is what it is. It is Leah's birthday. We have 24 crops to harvest in the greenhouse. I imagine that is just our coffee. But we're going to start today, as we do every other day, by doing our household chores, as well as giving one of our animals a golden animal cracker. That is probably going to be a rabbit, but I haven't seen an increase in rabbit's feet from that. And it's tough. I could also give it to like the legend. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Does this rabbit have one? No. Okay. It's going to the rabbit. There we go. Matthew R., thank you for supporting the channel. You now have a golden animal cracker. Please go ahead and produce as many rabbit's feet as you possibly can. That would be very much appreciated. Oh, and I completely forgot about this. But we now have this barn up here that we have not done anything with yet. It has an auto petter already in it. It also has an auto grabber, and it can hold, I believe, 16 animals. And that is, yeah, the premium coop. I wanted to replace this. I don't know if it'll fit. I don't know how deep this thing is. We can have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 deep. I would like to just like get rid of this and replace it with that. If it's 5 deep, it'll come to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means if we wanted to do that, we would have to do something like this. Right? This may be the plan for today, is relocating this coop. Unfortunately, I already set up all my machines. Do I care? Maybe. And I can change the home building on each of these to be said coop. So let's go ahead and relocate all of these animals up to this coop. And I believe that is everything. Now, I'm going to grab all of this out and honestly just say it is what it is with the things that we are already processing. I don't have time for wait for that. So let's get rid of all of the things in here. That should be absolutely okay. We can't take the hay out. It is what it is. And then we should be able to go and see Robin. Maybe just for the time being, move this up there in case we need extra room later on. But that should be okay, I think. For now, let's go ahead and harvest up our coffee. And then I would also like to go ahead and actually finally make myself some looms. Because, you know, that seems like a good idea. And I think, honestly, 3 is probably more than enough to get everything that we need processed. The auto grabber and auto petter, I think for the time being, are just going to live in my decorations chest. I think that is okay. The heater and the mayonnaise machine will get moved into the new coop. And that should be fine. With that all being said and done, let's go ahead and warp to the mountains and see if we can't get Robin to switch those over. And of course, Robin is not here. She is at the aerobics club. Fantastic. Alright, on that note, let's walk back to the farm. We'll go ahead and get all of those things into the new coop, and then hopefully we can move it tomorrow. That's actually kind of annoying. I'm a little bit annoyed about that. Thankfully, there is a lot more room in here though, so let's go ahead and put our mayonnaise machines down here. Let's go ahead and put, yeah, 2 of our looms. Well, let's just put all 3 of our looms in here and start processing all of this. And that should be absolutely fine. And then, does this come with a heater? Yes, it does. So we don't need the additional heater. And unfortunately, I can't put the rest of this in here, but that is what it is. It is. I don't understand how it happens so frequently, but it is what it is. Alright, for the time being, I'm going to put the heater back in my decorations chest. Call that a day there. And then we need to give Leah a birthday present. And then we'll probably head back to Ginger Island to get a little bit more done. Now, in terms of Leah and what she likes, butternut squash, goat's cheese. Do we have any goat's cheese? We might have some goat's cheese. We actually should have a decent amount of goat's cheese, if I remember correctly. We currently only have regular quality goat's cheese. And I don't think we're actually currently making any. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anything else that you like? You like truffle? You like wine? Golden pumpkin? Yeah, okay, let's just do a golden pumpkin. I think that'll be absolutely fine. We have... Actually, let's do a pearl. We have 7 of those. Sold. Alright, now the question is, where is Leah? She is... That's a fantastic question. She is... Does she do that? I don't see her on the list there. Where is Leah? It's Pam, Alex, Susan... She has to be in this mess, right? She has to be. Where else could she possibly be? Ah, she's on Ginger Island. Okay, perfect. That works out in our favor because that is exactly where we are heading now. That Leah? No, that's Jody. Leah is down here. let's go ahead and give you a pearl. Fantastic. And you are now up to 5 out of 8 hearts. Perfect. It is unfortunately not raining here on Ginger Island today, so we can't do the mermaid thing. But we can go over to the farm, check on artifact spots, and check on how long these have. These have 3 days. Okay, my math might not have been mathing. That might be a next episode thing. That's unfortunate. But at the very least, we can break some of these shells down, see if we can't find them. Then we'll go up to the artifact dig spot, dig up a whole bunch of those, and see if we can't get the final pieces of what we need for the museum guy. As well as any artifact spot, please. Please and thank you. That would be fantastic. Alright, looks like we are not having a lucky day in terms of that today. But that's alright. That is what it is. Let's, okay, get out of my way, please. I guess we just head up to the dig site and see if we can find some things there. And then we may go ahead and do a run through the volcano because I'm running low on warp totems. And I would like to enchant my sword one more time. So let's for now go to the dig site. And Nox New, thank you for following. I appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. There is a golden coconut, always nice to see. And there is a fossilized leg, which is not what we needed. What we are still looking for is 2 vertebrae and ribs, which are all found by either artifact spots on Island West or by breaking those fossils just there. So a little bit unfortunate we didn't find those, but that is okay. I think we have enough time to just do a quick little run through the volcano. Let's get it done. And we need to find a button. I don't see a button. I don't see a button at all. Am I blind? Oh, I see it. I see it. It's up the top. And we need to eat cheese so that we don't die. There is our button. We are mainly looking for cinder shards at the moment, as well as dragon's teeth, just in case you were curious. Nox New, hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Wow. This feels really empty and dead at the moment. We're really not getting lucky at all. Wow, really? This is a dead end? That is very unfortunate. But there is a special stone over here. Potentially we find something of use? Not really. Not really at all. Okay, looks like we have to go this way instead. Eat some cheese so we don't die. Cinder shards is always nice. And we are out of the volcano just before midnight. Really the only thing that I can do here, I mean, we can do a little bit. Let's go for our galaxy sword. I would like to put this last ruby on it. That will give it 104 to 135 damage. It still has Crusader, which is very, very nice to see. And then, did we ever end up getting preserving on this? We did. Okay. We have bottomless on our watering can, which I kind of like. We have powerful on our pickaxe, which I kind of like. Iridium hoe could get reaching. That would be kind of nice. Iridium axe, I think I would like to get something on. I'm looking for either powerful or swift. K-Town Chef, thank you very much. Congratulations on reading the title. Yeah, no, I got married. That's why I haven't been streaming the last 2 weeks. I've been very, very busy. But yeah, fingers crossed we get either powerful or swift. Both of those I would be very happy with. I think there is only one other option, and we got powerful. Okay, I will take that. Preserving is what I want there. Bottomless is what I want there. Let's go for the hoe. Just see. Never mind. We don't have enough cinder shards. I guess we'll leave it right about there then, and we can probably, from here, just go ahead and warp straight on home. Betrayal, right? I agree. I mean, I'm sure she would have been fine with it. I was very hungover. We got married on Friday. I stream on Saturdays. That wasn't happening. And then the other one, we were just too busy setting up wedding stuff, to be honest. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. Oh, we did actually get a dragon tooth. I don't know where that came from, but I will take it. I'm going to leave that in my mining chest, I think is the most appropriate place for that to go. And then we can go ahead and sell our fossilized leg, grab any of our roe that is ready to be sold, get that sold up, and call it a day right about there. Sleep for the night. See how much we made. Probably not very much. We didn't sell all that much, but that is okay. We are doing absolutely fine in the money department at the moment. Never want to do it again. Ours was actually a surprise wedding. No one knew. It was our engagement party and we just got married there. But it was very fun. It was very cool. But Blessing of the Waters, the first 3 fish you hook today will be much easier, and 1 from ore nodes. We have 1 crop to harvest in Grandpa's shed and still those 2 from there. But the bookseller is also in town today, so with that in mind, I'm going to read my mail. Tomorrow is the Feast of the Winter Star, and I have got a gift for Lewis. Oh, I have a gift for you, my friend. I have a gift for you. But that should be fine. So, with that being said, was there anything that I needed to do before we do our daily chores? I don't believe so. Actually, yes. Since we're heading to the greenhouse today, I would like to grab my additional ancient seeds, just so that I can place them all over there and they are all in the exact same location. But from there, it's going to be pretty straightforward. We are going to get everything done we can. I no longer need to check this, but I do need to check the top one. We'll still run through here just to get there nice and quickly. I am also going to harvest that and then flatten that out just in case that gets in the way when we go up to Robin's to try and, you know, get everything done. I should make more of these looms for in here as well, but hey, maybe I'll get to it one day. Alright, we have 1 more ancient fruit ready to be harvested in here. That is immediately going to be thrown into the seed maker. And we can throw our remaining ancient seeds in here. We currently have 15. This is going to get exponentially quicker as they grow up, because they take a full month, or a full season, I should say, to progress to bearing fruit, and then every 7 days after that. Now, I can't forget to go ahead and check on my chickens and all of my coop animals because they have officially moved, but that is okay. Also, everyone's mad because I didn't feed them because they moved yesterday. Again, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. And I would like to continue processing all of my wool, and we'll grab anything out of here, which is currently nothing because they weren't fed yesterday. They're all a little bit mad at me. You know, animals get a little bit sad when you relocate them, and that just is what it is. Alright, with that said and done, I think the first thing I would like to do is grab my books that I want to trade in at the bookseller, and then I want to see what they can do for me. We are going to sell all of our cloth. I don't have a use for it. And it looks like we have 1 more row that can get processed. Press Q, put everything else away. And yeah, let's grab out any books that I have at the moment. We have 2 Jack B. Nimble, Jack B. Thicks. We have a Stardew Valley Almanac, and I believe that is all that we can take to the bookseller. So we're going to head to the mountains first, probably. Hope that Robin is in, and we can move our barn, and then we'll head down to the bookseller from there. I think that is the plan. Alright, I would like you to construct farm buildings, please. I would like you to demolish buildings. And I would like that building that you demolish to be this barn. This coop, sorry. And then I would like you to move buildings. And I would like you to move this coop, down to here, which actually fits so perfectly. I like that a lot. And that is all I need from you right now. The only other thing that I want to do is get the premium barn, which is going to cost us 250,000 gold, 30 fir wax, 200 hardwood, and 950 stone. The stone shouldn't be a problem. Hardwood's going to be a little bit tricky, but once we get back into spring, we can start growing that, and I think fir wax should be okay as well. But like I said, from here we are going to head down to the bookseller and see what we can do with our books. I would like to trade in books. I can get stuffing. Is that even worth it? I mean, I'm never going to eat it. They sell for 500 each. These sell for 500 each. So that's probably not worth it. And the almanac can get me pepper poppers. Again, I don't think I'm ever going to use those, and they sell for worse. So never mind. What can we buy that we don't have yet? I believe we've bought everything. Yeah, we have. Okay, so that is not necessary. We are still waiting on the last level of mastery, but that should happen very, very soon. Bookseller is kind of a waste of time at this point, but that is okay. It is what it is. I also have never come back in here yet, and I probably should. I also, have I found the note for the rabbit's foot yet? I may have. Secret notes. Mum, book. Yeah, I have. Okay. I don't think I've completed that. Let me go home and grab a rabbit's foot real quick. Because I remember I repeated a day at one point where I had it and I was sad that I lost it, but I have it back. So let's grab that. Let's also just sell both of these books because they are pretty much useless to me at this point. We'll head to the bus stop, walk back to the town, and deliver that rabbit's foot before we head in and check out the abandoned Joja Mart, which I don't actually know if it's open yet, but I guess we'll see. So the secret note that I am talking about is this one here from Joja. Come speak to me on the job. I drive the truck. And I'm going to speak to him with nothing. He says, "Hey kid, I need a lucky break. Why don't you bring me a rabbit's foot? I'll make it worth your while." And I do. And he gives me the special charm. You feel an aura of good fortune surrounding you. Luck is permanently increased. Absolutely fantastic. I believe that is under special powers. We now have the special charm, and that is fantastic. All right, and Joja Mart is officially out of business, but we can't enter there just yet. I can't remember what does that cutscene, but I mean, I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point down the line. In terms of what we are doing today, that's a fantastic question. You know what we should do is we should go around and grab any of our trash items out of our lobster pots, as well as restock them, because we do still have the cleanup quest for Linus that we need to complete within the week, I believe. We still have, how long do we have? 5 days left to do that. So yeah, let's head down to the beach and get that done, and then I might head back to the farm and just try and finish that quest out today. And back to the farm we go. And this is the chest I believe I was putting all my junk in, so let's go ahead and get that all in there. All of the shells and things that we just collected we can go ahead and sell. I'm going to keep the Nautilus shells because I don't know if I actually have any of those, and I may need them later on. Bait's going to go back in there. Nautilus shells can go in there. That seems like an appropriate chest to put them in since they are a winter forageable. And then I'm just going to head on over to our little river over here, which should be mostly filled with, never mind, that is a lot of a chance to catch fish, not a lot of a chance to catch anything trash related. So my best bet might actually be heading, actually, hold on. Before we go down there, let me just check this pond. And no, it's a very similar situation, which is actually crazy to me that we can catch fish in here and not just rubbish. But we may have to go back to Ginger Island and check there because, yeah, this is going to be all fish. Or we could just head to the mines. Level 100, I believe, maybe level 80, has quite a lot of trash. So let's do that rather than wasting one of our totems to go to Ginger Island. Let's head to the mines. And we will take this down to, I believe it's floor 100? Yeah. And this gives us 5%? Is that, seriously? I thought it was way higher than that. Let's check level 20. That is a 7% chance. Level 4, nope, level 60 is a 8% chance. And I think that's it. Okay, well, let's go to Ginger Island then. I changed my mind again. But I know for sure that I can get a good amount of trash in this section of the river. Yeah, 55% chance to catch trash here. Definitely worthwhile. And I am still looking for tails and things, so I will go ahead and break any of the fossil rocks here, just because that is where you find them. And I don't think you can find any in here. No, that's just mushrooms. Okay, perfect. Well, in that case, let's grab out our fishing rod and do a spot of fishing, trying to catch some trash. Alright, we've got to be getting close at this point, right? Yeah, we need 3 more. Should be able to finish this quest today, I hope. One more if my math is mathing. And my math was not mathing. We still need 1 more. And that should just about do it. Okay, apparently that didn't count. Joja Cola cans are considered trash. So that is kind of strange that that didn't tick over, but hey, I'll take it. If they need me to find a newspaper, I'll find a newspaper. Alright, that was literal trash. And that counts. Perfect. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and warp straight back to the farm, grab all of the trash that we have, and take it up to Linus to be completed. Complete that quest. Hope that I didn't accidentally sell any of it. Or, you know, bin any of it. Trash was in this container, so let me go ahead and throw that in there just while I clean up the inventory a little bit. Get that going in there. We have 5 more fossilized spines, and we have a pike that can be sold, and then we'll grab driftwood, broken CD, Joja Cola, trash, broken glasses, and soggy newspaper. And where do we actually need to take these? Dump the trash in the recycling bin behind the train platform. Okay, we can absolutely do that. I think in order to get there as quickly as possible, let's just go ahead and warp straight to the mountains. And that should be absolutely fine. And we get a little cutscene with Lewis. Panda, come stand next to me in the fire pit. It fit next to the fire pit? Did that say in the fire pit? I wasn't reading that properly. I was hoping you'd come by sometime. I wanted to say sorry for mistrusting you at first. Most people don't treat me well, so I've learned to be cautious. But you've been uncommonly nice to me. You're a unique person, and I consider you a good friend. Thanks, Linus. Hey, I want to show you something. Come inside. It's a special kind of fish bait that I make. Didn't we get this last episode? It's top quality stuff. I'd eat it myself. Here, I want you to have the recipe. I swear we already got this, but maybe that was in the day that we restarted. We learnt how to make wild bait, which I believe is the one that potentially gives you 2. Yeah, chance to catch 2 fish at once. It is a good bait to use. I would recommend it. But for now, that's not why we're up here. Let's go up to the train station and donate all of our trash to the dumpster. Alright, you can have 4 of those, 9 of those, 4 of those, 2 of those, and 1 driftwood, and that does count. Okay, so Joja Cola cans, even though they say trash underneath them, do not count as trash. I disagree with that logic, but hey, it is what it is. We get 500 gold from Linus, which I feel really bad about taking, because he clearly needs the money more than we do, but it is what it is. Also, can we get into this yet? Yes, we can. Now, I'm going to head in here. For those of you who have played the normal version of Stardew Valley, brace yourselves, because this is very, very different. We are instead teleported here, and this place is honestly a little terrifying. Now, there are purple mushrooms around, which is very nice. We can sell those. But there are also things that come out of the water and try and instantly murder you. Now, thankfully, we do have quite an upgraded setup at the moment, but still takes us 2 shots to kill those guys, and these guys aren't even the worst of it. The worst of it is this is a giant maze, and it is incredibly hard to find your way around. The other thing is everything in here hits like a truck. And honestly, it's just a little bit terrifying. Now, it is 10:50, so this is probably not something that is going to be finished today. I just wanted to show you guys real quick what we're in for when we do finally come back here. Which, actually, we might go ahead and do tomorrow. I will have to bring up a map for myself, but that's okay. We can absolutely do that. Let me just quickly eat some cheese. There is a chance that I slightly remember the path. But that's a very low chance. Let me just see. I'll give it to like 1 in the morning and then I'll walk back to the farm. If I can find the path, fantastic. If not, it is what it is. But yeah, this place is actually terrifying. Let me see if I can remember. I think I might have already gone astray. Alright, it's midnight. Oh, let me eat cheese. Let me eat cheese. Don't die. Yeah, this is not the way. This is not the way. Eat cheese, don't die. Eat cheese, don't die. I need to get up there, is the general idea. But that is not going to happen today because it is 12:40 and I definitely do not have time for that. But I just wanted to show you guys what we're in for when we do eventually head there. And I think I want to do that tomorrow because the wizard wanted to talk to us as well, so maybe we'll have a little bit of a magic day tomorrow. We did find ourselves a whole bunch of sludge, which is actually, once you add it all up, decent amount of money. It doesn't look like it's used for anything, so I probably will just go ahead and sell it. We found a whole bunch of poison mushrooms, a whole bunch of common mushrooms, a whole bunch of purple mushrooms, which is actually decent money as well. A little bit of radioactive ore, which is nice. Some supernatural goo. That, again, doesn't look like it's used for anything. A couple of ghost crystals, which, again, doesn't look like it's used for anything. A whole bunch of solar essence, so if you wanted to farm solar essence, that is probably the place to do it. Found ourselves some swamp essence, which is used to create marsh tonic. Good to know. And that is about it. We also finally found our first fairy box. Unfortunately, it's only a level 1, which is the worst of the levels. We want at least a level 3 before we switch out our parrot egg. Well, no. I'm just going to switch it out now. Level 1 healing fairy is better than a parrot that sometimes gives me gold when I kill things. We also found some swamp flowers. Again, that's used for marsh tonic, so we will keep some of those. For now, I'm going to hit Q. It's 12:50. You know what? We probably have time to organize a little bit of this stuff. I'm going to throw the radioactive ore in there. Swamp flowers in there. Sludge. Supernatural goo. Ghost crystals. And swamp essence, just in case we need them for anything. I don't know what we would potentially need them for, but they're going to live in there for the time being. And then I'll sell the common mushrooms and the red mushrooms. I think that is absolutely reasonable. And our parrot egg can head into this chest for the time being. And with that all said, let's head back inside and head to bed for the evening. We have a little Santa heading past. That's because it is the eve of the Winter Fest thing. And that is today as well, so we need to keep that in mind. This might be a quicker day than usual. 25th of winter, year 1. Let's go ahead and get all of this harvested up. We'll say +1 from ore nodes, and we have +1 luck for the day. Absolutely fantastic. We also have a little bit of mail. This is fiber seeds from Linus. Very, very nice to have. And they cost... what do they cost to actually make? Fiber seeds. Fiber seeds. I know they're here somewhere. That's wild seeds. Ancient seeds. Wild seeds. Fiber seeds. Hello. I know you're in here somewhere. Are you in here somewhere? Where are the fiber seeds? I just learnt them. Whale of garlic. Surely I can make them, right? Ah, there they are. So they cost mixed seeds, sap, and clay. Really not that bad, and each craft makes 4 of them. So I could make close to 600 right now if I needed to. But we aren't really struggling for fiber as far as I know. We have 92. We don't really have much of a use for it though, so I think that is okay the way that it is. I'm going to hit Q, get rid of all that, sell my Joja Cola, harvest up my aged legend roe, and head on to do my chores for the morning. And we can finally store all of this in here, which is fantastic. Let me just grab out 3 so that we can place those on our looms. And we'll slowly but surely make our way through all of that product. I still need to craft looms for my barn, but that's okay. It is also raining on the island tomorrow, so we can do the mermaid thing at that point. My question is Magnus around in his wizard tower, or is he already at the Feast of the Winter Star and unavailable for the day? Because if he's unavailable for the day, that is honestly a little bit frustrating, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes we just have to say these festival days are what they are, and we get as much done as we possibly can. I'm going to drink some coffee, head down to Magnus's tower, see if he's there, and go from there. Also, do these guys have a child yet? Yes. They need mushroom. They need dried morels and any eggs. Eggs is absolutely doable. Dried morels might take us a minute. We need 5 morels in order to make that happen. But I will have a look in my chest once we get back home. And it is locked, so I imagine he is at the Feast of the Winter Star. This is probably going to be a bit of a nothing day, because there really isn't anything we can do apart from go to the festival and come home at 10 PM. A little unfortunate. We could potentially walk to the mountains, do the Witch's Swamp, but I'd be scared that I'm going to miss the festival, and I really don't want to do that because I have the perfect gift for Lewis, and I really want to give it to him. So let's head to the Feast of the Winter Star now and see what he thinks of our fun gift. Alright, now we are going to go around and talk to absolutely everyone. Do I want to hear the legend of the Winter Star? You know what? Sure. Why not, Willie? In the night sky of winter, there is a bright star only visible from this valley. No one knows why this is, but in times of old people... Ah, there should be a comma there. But in times of old, people would come from far and wide to see it. They believed that anyone who laid their eyes on the Winter Star would be blessed with good fortune. Some even claim that mysterious fruit known as Stardrop is connected to the Winter Star in some way. Thanks, Willie. I appreciate the little history lesson there. Alright, I'm going to go around and talk to absolutely everyone that I can find, And we'll go from there. Panda, what are you hoping to find under the spirit tree? I would like a pair of stylish boots, please. I will save Lewis for the very end. Honestly, nothing that I really want there. I'm just going to leave all of that alone. And I believe Linus up here is the last person that I need to talk to. He built himself an igloo, which is very fun. And then we can go and see Lewis and give him his secret. Excuse me? Why can't I give Lewis his pants? That was like my whole vibe for this whole thing. I even went to his basement and retrieved it for him. Why can't I give him the pants? That is actually incredibly lame, but I believe that Lewis does indeed love prismatic shards. I really didn't plan on giving him one of them. I would have brought something else from home if I'd known this. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Does anyone? No, no one likes that. Okay, I guess, Lewis, you can have a prismatic shard instead of your pants. That is absolutely unfortunate. I don't like that even a little bit. But you are very welcome, Lewis. Take your pants and go. Oh, and we have Linus. Linus has given us our birthday present. That is more than fitting because we are best friends with Linus. I think he's one of the only NPCs we have 10 hearts with at the moment. So I really like that. I hope he gave a good present. Hey Panda, I'm your secret gift giver this year. Here, open it. What do we got, Linus? We have a pumpkin pie. I will take it. I personally don't particularly like pumpkin, but I'm sure my character does. You know what, Linus? I do. I love it. Thank you for making me a pumpkin pie. I don't know if I 100% trust it coming from you, but hey. It is what it is. That gives us 225 energy and 101 health. And I believe that is the Feast of the Winter Star pretty much complete. So, on that note, let's head back home where it's magically going to switch the time to 10 p.m. And we will probably, honestly, just go straight to bed because there's not much we can do. And just as a show of respect, I will go ahead and eat the pumpkin pie. I'm very sad that I couldn't give Lewis his purple shorts. That is actually a little bit infuriating. They're going in my decoration chest. And I'm grabbing a prismatic shard out of here to replace the one that I gave to Lewis. I'm very upset about that. I'm very upset about that. But it is what it is. We have a very big day tomorrow. I would like to do a couple of things. The first thing I would want to do is go to Ginger Island and do the mermaid puzzle. I would also like to go and see the wizard. And I would like to get through the witch's swamp. So we are going to head to bed. Day 25 of winter complete. This episode may be a day longer just because we did have the Feast of the Winter Star and it's a very short day. But that is the plan. First things first, get our chores done as soon as possible. And then I'm going to head to Ginger Island. But first, let's grab all of our artifact troves. +1 ore from ore nodes, and we get extra relationships from speaking to people, which is nice because we are going to see the wizard, and he is one of the people we need to make relationships with reasonably quickly. Gus would like an albacore. There's a chance that we have one. Maybe. Do we have an albacore? Are these in alphabetical order by any chance? No. Oh, but we do have an albacore. We actually have 3. Fantastic. Grab one of those out. Actually, I'll grab that. No, actually, let me lock it. Lock it so I don't accidentally put it away, and that'll work. Alright, grab all of our aged roe, get those sold and shipped. Clint's birthday today. Clint likes prismatic shard, amethyst, all of the things. You can probably just have a gold bar. It seems fitting for a blacksmith. Gold bar, done. And then we'll go ahead and get all of our chores done for the morning. It also looks like Grandpa's shed greenhouse is ready to be collected, and we have 5 crops ready to be collected on Island West. I believe that might be our melons. Maybe my math was mathing before. Well, that is good, because that means we are about to get a whole bunch more golden walnuts, and that may even potentially unlock the next part of Ginger Island, which is very, very exciting. Alright, let's get all of this harvested up, and like I said before, I'm not going to replace these guys with starfruit. Instead, I'm going to make this entire greenhouse dedicated to ancient fruit, and this will be where I process all of my seeds for that and get that done. So currently we have 17. Let's just get those planted as soon as possible in a nice straight line, if at all possible. I'm going to do this a little bit more carefully than I normally do because I would like these to be all together. But that is about half of that. I say half of that, like a quarter of that filled, which should, like I said, exponentially increase relatively quickly from here. Let's go ahead and walk back to the right side of our farm, clean up the inventory. We are going to sell all of our silver and gold quality starfruit. I might even just go ahead and sell my regular quality starfruit because we still have like 60 left in a chest somewhere. Goat cheese, dinosaur egg, duck mayonnaise, and regular mayonnaise, as well as one of our void mayonnaise and all of our cloth can be sold. That is going straight back into our thing. I need to re-grab out my gold because I accidentally just put it away. And we should be ready to rock and roll into town. Traveling merchant is in town. At this point, I don't think I care that much. At this point, I genuinely don't think I care that much. They haven't had anything I've needed for quite a long time, so I don't really need anything from them at all. I think that is okay. We're gonna head to town, go and see Clint. Who was also asking for the albacore? That was Gus. Okay. Clint is not here. Where is Clint? Is he at the island? Lance is at the island. Where is Clint? Clint is up there for some reason. Okay. Clint. Hello. What are you doing up here, bud? Is that... Which one's Clint? That is Alex. That is Clint. Okay. Let's try and catch Clint. I guess he's going to the community center. The more we fix this town, the less people are at their posts. Clint, there you go. Happy birthday, my friend. That brings us up to 7, and we need to find Gus, who is at the saloon, and that opens at 12. So that's not happening right now. Instead, let's walk back to Ginger Island and do this mermaid quest. I believe we still have the flute blocks on us, and it is raining, so we should be able to get this done. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, the way that we figure this out is each of these little stones is 1 tick. Each of these big ones is 5 ticks. So, if we go ahead and place a block there, there, and there, and it was only 5, we didn't need the 6th, then we should be able to go and say 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. 1, 2. And that should be correct. Now, all we need to do is run past it. And we get ourselves a whole bunch of golden walnuts. 5 golden walnuts to be precise. And we can leave those there. That really doesn't matter all that much. I just saw a spot that may potentially contain a golden walnut, but I don't think it does. I just want to quickly check. No, it does not. Okay, perfect. And I just want to also check whether or not we can actually still get in here. It's just empty. Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I thought. I thought we could get in here anytime we wanted. But that is that done. So, perfect. Since we have a little bit of time, well, we don't have that much time because I wanted to go see the wizard and I wanted to do the witch's swamp. Okay, with that in mind, I am going to walk back to the farm. We will head down to see the wizard first. Then we'll stop by town to see Gus, give them their albacore, and then head to the witch's swamp. Like I said, busy day today. And since we're down here, we may as well see the traveling merchant. I also need to check for morels. And with that in mind, I may talk to this guy just to see if you are selling any morels. You are not. That's okay. Alright, off to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. And this should, in theory, be a cutscene. And it is. Perfect. Just a moment. I'm gathering herbs for your elixir. Have no fear, Panda. You have my assurance that it won't be as harsh as the first one you drank. Come and join me at the cauldron. I am a little skeptical. Let's be honest. I forgot to read that one. I was reading chat. The elixir is complete. With this, you can begin accumulating mana from the world around you, allowing you to cast some minor magic. Here, drink up. The elixir tasted like cotton candy. Delicious. Good. Now, when you're ready, join me downstairs in my study. I was reading chat. I realized I missed a message from Will, the milk guy. So if you're still here, Will, I apologize I didn't see it. But I have seen it now. And thank you for the congratulations. We did not have a milk bar at the wedding. First, a demonstration. Now, you try. Okay. Is this the altering the appearance? Yes. If your aptitude is as high as it seems, we may even explore some higher theory about the governing laws that bind our world. Glad to see the prospect excites you. It does. It does indeed. I can now use the Shrine of Illusions, which I believe is just the appearance-changing shrine. And we have a second cutscene. You arrived precisely at the time I foresaw. I've prepared an elixir, one that will help you tap into some new types of magic. It's quite potent. This is the one I believe that he came to our house about before. Breathe deeply and try to remain still. I feel as if something has changed within myself. You now have the ability to summon warp runes. It is a great privilege, but also a responsibility. You must master this new magic. We will begin training at once. A demonstration. And we warp to somewhere, I guess. Just around the room. Yeah, just around the room. I can now summon teleportation runes. Truly outstanding. You've exceeded my expectations. I seem to be doing that a lot, Magnus. We must now secure your nexus. There's a secluded forest north of Chubby Farm, flowing with mana. A suitable place to summon warp rooms. Meet me there, Panda. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Alright. I am going to talk to you because today we do get a little extra friendship from speaking to people, and I would like to, you know, get as much friendship as possible with you as soon as possible. All right, for now, I think our best bet is to just head up to the warp nexus and meet Magnus there. We may have to save the Witch's Swamp for tomorrow. Alright, hi Magnus. We have a new path up here. Follow me, Panda. Don't stray too far. I'll try my best. And this is our brand new warp nexus. Mana flows freely in this secluded grove. It is a perfect location for your nexus. With our combined magic and my guidance, we can alter the flow of time here. Come channel your mana. Panda, open your eyes. Oh, isn't it pretty? Magnificent, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. Your enchanted grove is safeguarded from the changing seasons, weather, and prying eyes. What farm am I playing on? I am playing on Grandpa's farm. We're not quite done yet. You still need to create your first warp point. I believe it's only suitable if it's to my own nexus. Let us depart to my warp hall, Panda. I don't like how much this guy says my name, to be completely honest with everyone. During the lesson, I explained that in order to connect a location to your nexus, you need something that came into being there. I brewed this potion today in this very tower. It's suitable enough to complete the spell. Place the potion on the hex and summon your warp runes. Well done. The warp runes linked to your nexus successfully. Why don't you teleport there now? It'll be a sight to behold. So now we can teleport from the North Forest Path thing down to the Wizard's Tower, which is kind of nice. And there it is there. We now have our very own warp rune thing. Tomes, our statues, a hex circle, and the smell of fresh moss. I wouldn't expect anything less. Seek out other areas of interest and expand your nexus. In due time, a colleague of mine will pay you a visit. Well done today. I knew there was something special about you the moment you set foot in Stardew Valley. Thanks, Magnus. Now we need to figure out how we can create some more. But, like I said, we can now come up here anytime we want, and we can harvest these dewdrop berries. These give us 2 luck, 50 max energy, 75 magnetism, and 2 speed, which is actually kind of insane. They can be dried, made into wine and jelly. And I guess that's about it. They sell for a little bit, but they're just a fantastic source of food, to be completely honest with you. And we can come over here anytime we want and warp directly down to the Wizard's Tower, and we can warp straight back. But this should also give us access to a whole bunch of additional points, which include somewhere. No, we can't access these yet. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we need to figure out how to use this a little bit better, but that will come later on. For now, I would like to head back into town and see Gus, give them their albacore, and then I would like to head to the Witch's Swamp and see if we can't get through that today. I'm playing Stardew Valley Expanded right now, and I wish I could go back and change the farm type. Too late game to restart. You can, I believe. It may be a bit of a mess, and I would back up your save first, but there is a mod called Reset Terrain Features, and I believe you can... You might have to look it up, but I believe there is a way to switch your farm type later game. It just might mess a couple of things up and a couple of quest lines. I don't know. I wouldn't 100% recommend it. But if you look into it, you may be able to figure out a way to do it. That's all I'm going to say on that, because I don't 100% know. I am a serial game restarter, so I will restart at the drop of a hat. I don't care. We also have a prize ticket. We may as well turn that in. Yeah, just look it up and back everything up. We got a Star Drop tea, which is fantastic. We are going to use that on Sophia's birthday and make sure that we get as much friendship with her as possible, because I would like to get married relatively soon, as I did in real life. So I think that'll be fun. All right, Star Drop Saloon. I need to see Gus. He's got a cutscene for me. Oh, hello there, buddy. I don't like that you call me buddy, pal. What do you want? What do you want? Just looking over last month's earnings, and it's not looking very good. Ah, yes. Yes. The worst thing, and I hate to say it because she's my friend, is Pam. She hasn't paid off her tab in weeks, but I can't ask her to do it. I know she'll get defensive, and I just don't want to hurt her feelings. And Panda, you gotta help me. Well, my friend, you should sell more wine because it's very profitable. Get rid of the beer, sell the wine. Hi, Pam. Gus, I'm awful thirsty if you catch my drift. Gus is just a bit of a pushover. Saloon isn't doing well financially. It is terrible, Pam. It is terrible. Maybe you should pay your tab. That'll pretty much pay rent. I'm pretty sure. And she does. All is well. She just needed a little subtle passive-aggressive hint. You're welcome, Gus. Now get out of this cutscene so I can give you your fish. Alright. You wanted an albacore. There you go. That is complete. Thankfully, I did accept that quest before I did it. And what do we have here? Robin wants 10 pieces of hardwood. Clint wants an iron bar. That I can't do till year 2, and that requires 36 diamonds. Okay, perfect. Alright, next stop is going to be the Witch's Swamp, and I'm a little nervous. I feel like I might have started this too late, but we'll see. We just need to go straight up north, and please, Sebastian, get out of my way. Oh, actually, we should go back to the island and complete the other quest instead. Yeah, and we'll save the Witch's Swamp for tomorrow in the next stream. Okay, now I need to definitely run, because I'm out of warp totems to the island. So let's instead warp to the beach, try and get inside Willie's hut before 5 PM, and pay Willie 1,000 gold to get to the island instead. I am planning on marrying Sophia. That's the plan. Alright, back to the island. Let's head over to our farm, where all of our crops should be ready to go, apart from our starfruit, but we don't care about those. What we really care about is these melons, this wheat, and this garlic. And if we head into this cave, we find the gourmand frog, and he is looking for that sweet delight which is both pink and juicy. Do not plug it from the earth. I wish to see it in its natural state. And yes, I absolutely have something to show you. Come have a look. Yes, this is it. It's bringing you back to the old days, sunny days when things were sweeter. Oh, I could take a big juicy bite. I mean, you're welcome to have some if you want. I don't care. Yes, I am very pleased here. This is for you. That is an additional 5 golden walnuts, and then we'll talk to them again. I wish to see the long yellow thing which tickles the skin and waves in the wind. I absolutely have something to show you, my friend. That, my friend, is wheat. This is it. It reminds me of an old girlfriend. Kind of weird. Look here, I could tickle you with this. You could, but please don't, my friend. My friend. And yes, I am very pleased. Here, this is for you. That is an additional 5 golden walnuts. And we'll talk to them a final time. I would like to see the zesty ground fruit which maketh the breath stink. That is garlic, my friend. And yes, I have something to show you. Look at that, it's garlic. Yes, I ate this once long ago. It gave me a pungent aroma for days. Reminds me of Papa when I was just a tadpole. I could take a bite and produce the poignant odor once more. But I won't. Gourmand frog is weird, man. Yes, you have done me a great service. You've given an old toad one last trip down memory lane. Here's one last reward for you, friend. And that is an additional 5 golden walnuts, and I believe that is all there is. Good to see you again, my friend. You have blessings to cultivate these fields. May the rains be with you. Thank you. Alright, that is 26 golden walnuts in our possession now, and I am getting very close to being able to access Quee's room. I want to check exactly how close, as well as harvest any of these artifact spots over here, because we are still looking for things for the museum. Hopefully we find them soon enough, but yeah, we must be getting very close to being able to access Quee's room, and I really want to see just how close we actually are. So we click on this door. We have access to Mr. Quee and his secret quests. Well, look who's made it to my secret walnut room. I'm truly impressed. Even though you only needed a fraction of the walnuts to gain full access to the island, you decided to push yourself further. Your desire to enter this secret door was so strong that you went above and beyond to get inside. That drive is what sets you apart, kid. You've got a very special energy. Thanks, friend. That being said, you weren't under the impression that the challenge ended here, were you? No. Ha 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 ha. In fact, the challenge has just begun. On your left, you'll find a board with some very interesting opportunities. These challenges, which I've designed just for you, will push you to the very limit. However, if you can successfully conquer my challenges, you'll earn exclusive currency. I call them Quee gems. Just don't put them in your mouth, kid. They're highly radioactive. You can use the machine on your right to trade these Quee gems for rare and powerful rewards. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Yes, I have a feeling someone like you will enjoy this very much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have important business to attend to. No worries, Quee. Thank you for access to your walnut room. Never stop striving to achieve perfection. I won't, my friend. And let's have a quick look at the perfection tracker. Currently, we've shipped 48% of produce and forage. We have 0 out of 4 of the obelisks. We don't have a golden clock. We don't have Monster Slayer Hero. We have 4% Great Friends. 25 out of 25 farmer levels. Found all star drops, no. Cooking recipes made is 4%. Crafting recipes made is 25%. We've caught 75% of the fish, and we've found 102 out of 130 golden walnuts. Total complete is 27%, but I actually feel like it's a little bit higher than that because we have a lot of the ingredients ready for that sort of thing. And we have some quests. Now, ideally, we are looking for quests that give us the most amount of Quee gems, but we also want to be able to do them. Right, so the Skull Caverns has been invaded by powerful monsters. Make it to level 100 in one piece. We should be able to do that with really no issue at all. We only have 3 days to do it though. Or we could do extended family. Family members of the legendary fish have returned to the valley. You have 3 days to catch Mrs. Angler, Glacier Fish Jr., Son of Crimson Fish, Radioactive Carp, and the Legend 2. This is relatively easy, but I don't particularly care about it. The only thing that I kind of want from this is the Legend 2, because we can put them in a fish pond and make more roe. But I think I am going to take Skull Cavern Invasion. The only question is, do I accept it now, do it tomorrow, and then move on with my life, hope that I get to level 100? Or do I leave it, sleep here, accept it in the morning, and give myself an extra day? Right? That's the question. The main reason I want to do this one is because it gives a bigger reward, and I think I will accept it in the morning. But let's have a quick look at what we can actually buy with this Quee currency. We can buy Junimo chests, which is basically Stardew Valley's equivalent of an Ender chest. They're basically just linked chests, so you can have, you know, inventories that are linked. We have the Horse Flute, which will summon the horse, which is very, very nice. We have Pierre's Missing Stock List, which makes Pierre stock all items in all seasons. Very, very handy, especially for perfection. We have the Hopper, which once I get the recipe for this, I think I would like to add the mod Automate to my game. I think it's just going to make the game nicer to play. We have the Enricher, which we can place on a sprinkler and load with fertilizer to automatically apply it when planting seeds nearby. We have pressure nozzles, which basically just increase the range that they water from. And we have a deconstructor. Destroys crafted items but salvages their most valuable material. Last day is Sunday. No. I think I found this out the hard way. Quests always start on Monday, but they have a set duration in days rather than it ending on a certain day. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess we'll find out in the next episode when I accept that quest. It's not going to matter either way, whether I accept it now or tomorrow. You know, we'll figure it out. We also have key to the town, which is very nice. Allows access to all buildings in town at any time of day. If I buy this, I would also like to add a mod where I don't need the people to be in their buildings to actually interact with them, because that just makes this so much better. We have galaxy souls. If we forge 3 of these into a galaxy weapon, we get a better weapon. Mushroom tree seed. I don't really care about that. Magic bait. Quee seasoning. Mr. Key's hat. Aquatic sanctuary. A recipe for the heavy tapper. Mini shipping bin. Hyperspeed grow. Deluxe fertilizer. Hopper recipe. Magic bait. Exotic double bed. Bluegrass starter. Fireworks. And that is it. Oh, no, I understand that the last day would be Sunday if I accept it now, but I believe if I accept it tomorrow morning, then I would also have Monday to be able to do it. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So I can't obviously buy anything right now because I haven't done any of these quests, but I will go ahead and accept this tomorrow, and hopefully that will mean that I can do it until Monday. I believe that is how that works. But with that being said, I think the last thing that I want to do today is simply head down, break any of the shell rocks that are down this way, just because I think we are still looking for a couple of golden walnuts from them, but I could be mistaken on that. I'll check in between episodes and actually confirm. I'm pretty sure it works that way. We'll check. I'll go to sleep, we'll end the actual YouTube episode, and then we'll check. Right, at the moment it says 3 days. But since we have some walnuts, we may as well go ahead and unlock mail here for 5 golden walnuts. I think that's absolutely going to be worth it. And on that note, I am going to end the episode here. If you guys are enjoying the series, please go ahead and make sure to leave a like and a comment for the sake of engagement. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Consider becoming a Golden Panda member if you would like your name in the game, or becoming a regular member to get early access to all of the videos. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye, guys. $134,000 in the day, by the way. That's not bad. All right. It will say 2 days tomorrow. I don't think you're correct. I might be wrong. But I think I can leave that an extra day and it will say 3 days again. And I'll get an extra day to do it. I believe. Oh, and all my star fruits ready. That's nice. Alright, let's drink a triple shot espresso and a spicy eel since this day is not actually going to be played out. And let's check if Victoria or me is correct. Let's see. And 2 days. Oh, my bad. You were correct. Well, it is what it is. We slept here anyway, so it's not a whole bunch of time lost on that. I'm happy to get that done. Probably today. But that'll be in the next stream. I apologize. You were correct. I really thought that wasn't how it worked. Extended family is 3 days on both, though. Like, extended family was 3 days yesterday as well, wasn't it? Now I'm very confused. Oh well. Oh well. I'm sure it's fine. I'm not particularly concerned about the Skull Cavern invasion. I think we'll be able to get that done without any problems whatsoever. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I did. I had a fun time. Looks like my bot's been banning people over on Twitch, which is always nice to see because Twitch apparently has a lot of spam, but that's okay. Yeah, I am going to stop streaming now. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I should be back next week. I think I might start streaming an hour later next week, just because a lot of you guys seem to be coming in about an hour into the stream. I don't know if that's because the stream has been on for an hour, or if you guys are just around at that time. But I'm going to give it a go, stream maybe an hour, hour and a half later than I normally do.
that'll give me more of a chance to eat lunch and do all that sort of fun stuff before we start streaming as well, and I think that will be nice. But yeah, with all that being said, make sure to leave a like on the video, leave a comment on the live stream VOD if you're interested. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye, guys.